Hello, this is Daphne Elliott, and I'm here with my brother Drew and my husband Josh. And we're going to learn about torts today. I'm going to share my screen so you can see the presentation that I'm going to use in PowerPoint. So, what the heck is a tort anyway? No, it's a little bit different. Okay. But torts come from the French word that means, actually, it could malpractice does fall under, I think. Torts is a French word that means wrong. So conduct that is wrongful falls under the legal classification of a tort. What constitutes a violation of tort law? You want to read that part?
A party has to be injured in some way. They might be physically injured, resulting in medical bills. There could be defamation of character that leads to monetary loss or an environmental disaster.
Right. So by that definition, malpractice would work as if
chloroform. Did you experience anal leakage or whatever?
Right. Okay. So there are three basic kinds of torts. One is an intentional tort, which involves a wrongful act that was intentional. And then there's wrongful acts that were due to carelessness, which are negligence. You know, you hear of negligence, suing for negligence. And then there's strict liability, which the defendant has neither careless nor intended harm, but the harm resulted, society has deemed that it would be best to require a defendant to make the injured party whole. They didn't mean to, and they weren't ignorant of the fact either. They just right. So one of the examples of a tort is like assault and battery. And so this is a little bit about the difference between assault and battery. So basically the difference between them is that assault is a threat. So you can be charged with assault if you say, hey, I'm going to kick your butt, but nothing ever happens. That is assault. But battery is when you actually do it. Or it can also be, it's really the technical definition of battery is the unauthorized or harmful offense of physical contact with a person or something closely associated with that person that causes some form of injury. So, and it doesn't actually have to cause like physical injury. So if you touch somebody on the shoulder, for example, and they didn't want you to, that could be battery, even though they aren't hurt physically in any way. Yeah. Yeah. Unless you know they want it. Diggity. All right. And then I'm sure that we have all heard of defamation because of the lawsuit that's all over the place right now, and everybody's watching because it's freaking amazing. So Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are in a case right now due to Amber's claim that Johnny was abusive towards her. He said he allegedly lost roles such as Jack Sparrow, the Pirates of the Caribbean, and Gellert Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. The definition of defamation is a false statement that harms the reputation or character of an individual, business, or product. For a statement to be considered defamation, it has to be stated as a fact, not as an opinion. And it also has to be made so that other people could hear or read it. So as you can see, if Johnny does turn out to be innocent, he does have a legitimate claim of defamation against Amber Heard. That is TBD. Now, there's also invasion of privacy. Unfortunately, that does not refer to kids invading our bathroom time. Instead, it refers to businesses and persons' right to privacy regarding the use of their name or likeness for commercial gain. It is considered wrongful when a company doesn't have a person's permission to use their name or image. And then there's also public disclosure as part of the invasion of privacy. And so public disclosure of facts that is another type of invasion of privacy. This is when someone publishes an embarrassing fact about another person that a reasonable person would find highly offensive. Right? And fraudulent misrepresentation. And this one is whenever a party uses intentional deceit to facilitate personal or business gains. To win, a party must show all of the following to win in court. 1, a party knowingly or with reckless disregard for the truth misrepresented material facts and conditions. 2, the party intended that the parties rely on the misrepresentation. 3, injured party reasonably relied on the misrepresentation, and the injured party suffered damages because they relied on the misrepresentation, and a direct correlation exists between the injury and the reliance on the misrepresentation. Can you think of an example?
Before was it Jindal shut all that down? There were a lot of companies in Louisiana that were promising a certain amount of kilowatt hours from a particular system, and then the system wouldn't produce that much. And so they were lying. They were misrepresenting their product and what it could do and all that. So there was a lot of that going on.
Oh, snap. All right. Well, this concludes our video and our teaching for today. Thank you. Gosh.